Alright, picture this. You open Jellyfin and your movie posters aren't stuck in the same frame forever. They're alive. Today, it's your normal cover, but tomorrow it's the steelbook art, and next week it's the international variant you've never even seen before. That's what my new Poster Rotator plugin does. It stocks up multiple poster options for each movie, and rotates the artwork for you automatically on a schedule. No dragging files around, just fresh art every time you check back in. If you're the kind of person who shuffles your music playlist to keep things interesting, this gives you that same feeling for your media library. I'm going to walk you through what the Poster Rotator plugin actually does and how to set it up step by step for yourself. Then, I'll go deep on every setting and explain how the process works under the hood. After that, I'm pivoting to something also brand new, my StreamKey for Jellyfin. It's available now in my shop, and it makes sharing Jellyfin with guests, friends, or family way easier. Finally, we'll wrap everything up with a tutorial on animating movie posters and library art. By the way, everything discussed in this video will work on any Jellyfin instance, including desktop, mobile, and TV apps, because it's all working with the native movie poster functionality. We're starting with the Poster Rotator plugin.
The brewery analogy.
You can imagine it like a brewery. When a task runs, the plugin checks a movie's tap list, which is the poster pool. If it's low on kegs, it'll fetch a couple fresh options and add them to the pool. Then it switches what's featured this week, the actual poster you see in the movie library. If you've got a favorite old school brew that you want to keep around, just toss it into the pool folder and the plugin will rotate through it just like the others. The pool folders are saved right next to the movie files.
What the plugin does.
It first builds a small pool of posters for each movie from your metadata providers, like the movie database or fan art. If you want, you can also upload your own local images to the poster pool. Next, it rotates the poster every time the scheduled task runs. You can have the posters rotate in order, or make it completely random if you like surprises. There's a cooldown for fetching new posters, so you're not hammering providers constantly. But the rotation itself happens every task run, so your posters always keep moving. You'll need to perform a library rescan to refresh the poster images, which happens every 12 hours by default, which you can update the frequency of as well to sync them up to your liking.
Installing the plugin.
Let's install it together, step by step. In Jellyfin, go to the dashboard, then the plugin catalog, and click the plus icon to add a repository. Add my repository URL, which you can find in the video description below. Now, save it and hop over to the actual catalog. Find Poster Rotator, install it, then restart Jellyfin. After that, go back to Dashboard Plugins and then My Plugins, and click on the Poster Rotator plugin to head to the setting page.
Configuring settings.
Here's how to set it up. Pool size. That's how many kegs you want on tap per movie. I like 3 to 5. Fairly often, the poster images are very similar. They can even be different crops of the exact same poster. So keep in mind, some images may not seem to change because of this. Let me know if you want a feature to disregard cropped or similar images in your poster pools. I think we can make it happen. The next setting is minimum hours between switches. This only controls when it's allowed to top up from metadata providers, not the rotation itself. Rotation happens on a set schedule, so your posters change on a regular rhythm, but this way you wouldn't ping metadata providers as often. Once the images reach the poster pool size, it doesn't look for new images anymore. Sequential rotation means that the plugin walks through your pool in order. Uncheck that if you prefer it to roll the dice each time. Even on random, it won't show the same image file twice in a row, unless it's a duplicated image in the poster pool. Save next to media puts the poster pool folder right beside your movie files. Honestly, it doesn't matter what you put here because it does this either way. I initially was going to make a single folder to store the images, but it was difficult to index and find the next image for each movie. Extra poster patterns is for the advanced folk. If you've got strange custom file names or image formats that you manually added, you can list them here to be picked up. By default, it grabs JPEGs, PNGs, and WebP images.
The scheduled task.
After saving your settings, go to Scheduled Tasks. Under the Library section, you'll now see a task called Rotate Movie Posters, Pull Then Rotate. You can manually run it anytime from here, and you can click on it to set a schedule. Remember, rotation will happen every run, but top-ups from the metadata providers will respect the cooldown timer that you set. And you need to run the Scan Media Library function to display the newly rotated posters. It might be a good idea to sync these up now. Let's do a quick demo-style walkthrough so you can follow along. I run the task. It checks the movie, sees one poster in the pool, and my pool size is set to 3. Cooldown says we're allowed to top up, so it pulls 2 more posters from TMDB and saves them into the poster pool folder. It then rotates the images and the library tile changes. If I run the task again 5 minutes later, rotation still happens, but because of the cooldown, it won't fetch any more movie posters yet. Exactly what we want.
Troubleshooting tips.
If you run into any issues, here are some quick tips. If rotation happens but you don't see any changes, run a rescan of your library. You may also need to clear your browser cache, as sometimes the client holds onto old images in temporary storage. If new posters don't arrive, check that your metadata providers are installed and enabled. If you see the same poster constantly, switch to sequential for a while and make sure your pool has more than one image. Here's something else I've been working on that pairs nicely with this. It's the StreamKey for Jellyfin. It's a pocket-sized keychain that has an embedded NFC tag behind a clean Jellyfin logo, so you or your guests can tap it with a phone and jump straight to your server without typing crazy URLs and IP addresses or digging for old links or bookmarks. It's available now in my shop. When you get it, you can download any free NFC writer app and plug in where you want the tag to direct to. It's super easy and very convenient. For example, with the NFC Tools app, I just click on Write, then add a record, and input the URL that you want the StreamKey to navigate to. Afterwards, just click Write and hold the key up to your phone. Now, anytime anyone scans the StreamKey, it pops up your media server. I also want to mention that ThemeClipper version 2.0 is coming soon. If you like polished theme videos that set the tone for each movie page, this is going to be a huge upgrade. I combed through all your suggestions and feedback and fixed everything. So it has better performance, more control, 4 new clip generation methods, and full support for TV show libraries. Keep an eye out for that in the near future.
Animating your posters.
Alright, let's talk about animations because this part is fun. Your media library is already a visual place with posters, backdrops, and logos, but a bit of motion can make it feel modern and alive. Subtle loops on posters can look fantastic. We do this by creating and uploading GIFs. I've made a library cover GIF set free in my Jellyfin freebies section on my website, so you can grab them to try out for yourself. You can even use a GIF as a movie poster, which gives them some extra energy and a little movement that draws your eye. The trick here is to keep things subtle, otherwise it will quickly become too noisy. I'm going to research how to make these animate on a hover state, but for now, it's always on.
Make an animation.
If you want to design your own, I'll show you how to do it in Canva step by step. No design degree required. Step 1, open Canva and create a custom design with a custom size. Poster size ratios are usually 1 to 1.5. So you want to keep the canvas small to reduce file sizes. I'd go with a size of 200 by 300 pixels. Step 2, drop in your elements. This could be a poster, a logo, or a quick background clip. Add in any text you want. Step 3, if you used a video, you'll want to crop it down to the desired length. If you used images, click Animate to bring it to life. Keep motion subtle, like a slow zoom or a light pan. Step 4, set the duration. 5 to 10 seconds is a sweet spot. A tip here is to try to line up the first frame with the last frame because these will play on a loop. It will look smoother and like it's one flowing loop. Step 5, export as GIF. In Canva, choose Share, then Download and pick the GIF file type. Name it something sensible and throw it into the poster pool for Jellyfin to pick up. Put the *.gif pattern into Poster Rotator settings so it gets detected. Or head to Edit Images and add the image directly to the movie or library. That's it, you just brewed your own animated label. I'm going to wrap it up here. The Poster Rotator plugin keeps your Jellyfin server looking alive with almost no effort. try it out and let me know what you think. And if you want that couch-ready experience, grab the StreamKey for Jellyfin on my shop. While you're there, grab the free animated gift pack to try out some animated library covers. And if you want your own style, use the Canvas steps we just covered. If this helped, drop a like, grab the plugin, and let me know what you want added next. This all stemmed from a viewer, Tesseract, who messaged me about these ideas. They're a viewer just like you, so feel free to reach out. I read and reply to as many comments and emails as I can. Cheers!